Hello, sharpshooters. Uh, I've missed you guys. I've missed all my fans. I've missed the ill will people. And, because they give me something to fight back. And this is, I'm going to try and be a little bit, let's say, I'm going to cater to the 50% of the IQs that are 50% above the average, right? So half of you are 50% of the average. That's mathematical. You can't change that. So half of you have an IQ below the mean, right? Like the last five reviewers. Because basically it's just ill will and it's misunderstanding and it's people who are deliberately trying to hurt me. Now we've taken care of the troll problem, which is why I've been away for a while. Um, the troll problem has now been sort of eliminated almost by MQL5. So you will see the comments are much more clean. I've probably, I would say I'm the most disliked by ill-willed people person that has been the most trolled on MT4, and I'm probably the most qualified. I went to university for 7 years. I worked in firms where most people can't even get to the reception, namely Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank. And I will repeat because I am proud of my career, and it's not easy to do what I did, get to the master's degree. And the main thing is, um, I was a director in both firms, and I left at the top of my art to go and auto trade for a living. So I've been working on algorithms to make my life easier uh, forever. Um, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I've been doing this since I was 17. I don't know what the Guinness Book of Records for somebody watching every tick on the market since he was 17 years old. I don't know. I don't think there are many out there. So that's what I've done, and that's what I do. Now you can see here, you know, what could become a Jason Pollock painting if you want. This is my main program that does finds harmonic patterns, and I don't like to have just one on. I like to have many as this program probably finds every pattern that is known to mankind, harmonic pattern, which is basically a set of statistics. Let's say 9 times out of 10, you get a positive result out of certain patterns, namely black swans and white swans are my favorites. I call them the animals, all the ones that are animals. So there's a freebie for you. Anyway, you start putting all the patterns on a page, and it can be rather confusing. And it's the start of fractals. It looks like a Jason Pollock painting, doesn't it? Everybody thought he was mad, like all the ill-willed troll people think I'm mad, but I'm not mad because I'm working for you. Uh, Indirectly because I'm very selfish and lazy, trying to find the I want the ultimate. I auto trade for a living since 2001. Okay, so some things go wrong, and I've spent a lot of money on neural systems, and I've been very disappointed, and I've had to go back to my system. Okay, I've had to go back to my system because it works. Just to finish my Jason Pollock allegory here. If you put enough patterns on a screen and then they become irregular, they start looking like nature. They start looking like a tree, and then you get a fractal. You get fractals, and fractals is what the basis of Pixar, for instance, was started on fractals, because that's how you make landscapes and mountains in Europe, and flowers and various things are based on fractals. Nature is not always organized. Nature is a completely a system that moves constantly. Hence my constant research and constant move, and hence the misunderstanding from various people that you can use my products without being in contact with me. So uh, you know, get me upset. I will not speak to you, and you will get the minimum service required by MQL4. But that's it. But the others that want to enlarge and grow and learn about auto trading get a lot of freebies from me because my systems, okay, as much as you want, okay, I have an amazing robot. Okay, this is making it simple here. Um, this is the original version, which I still use, the black box. And basically, it is using an optimized band. Let's say we have here an MA, an optimized MA, and we have optimized a standard deviation here, and this will give you a very simple way to find an overbought or oversold position to be in. Okay, but there are various things that must happen, and that program is still available. It's called the black box, and you can optimize it yourself. Okay, because it's fixed optimization, and see that you can basically optimize anything and it will give you a proper result if you put the proper numbers in. Now, the optimization takes 2 or 3 weeks, uh, sometime in some cases, 2 or 3 days if you make it simpler. So that's how I developed the black box here that you can see here, which is my main program, the black box self-opt, which is a sophisticated program and does auto optimization, okay, and finds what you see here, these red bands, which are calculated by the auto optimization every 4 hours, and they have a filter uh, that basically make sure you don't, because this is basically a contrarian order system, right? So let's talk about contrarian order systems. I've put very sophisticated filters in there to make sure that the order is not contrarian to the point where it's conflicting with the main trend. Let's use a clean plate here to show you again. This is the latest. See all these versions you're missing out by not being my friend. Because there are various. When I talk to people, and I need to talk to people, I don't like this chatting, and I don't have time. But when I talk to people, let's put this on, okay? Let's put this Black Opt, my latest version here, which is I call my hedge fund version, which I only give to my special club. You can see here that it's doing quite a thorough optimization, which is unbeatable, really. This is a complex algorithm. Take the grid out, and you can see it's going to be self-optimizing for a little while. So in the end, we get something like this with the bands, okay? Uh, and you can see here, this is the one I am selling to you, which I've made very easy. And these guys say it's so complicated. It's so complicated. Oh my God, look at this, 4 modules. Main black box module, true, false, true, false, true, false. It's so complicated to play. Oh, it's such shit, isn't it? Oh, yeah, compared to other systems. I've made it simplistic, minimalistic, like Nobu in London. This is very complex mathematics behind a simplistic system. Now, let me talk about my system here, because what people don't understand is, since it's contrary, you see here it's saying there is no trend. It has detected when it should really be saying this is ranging. This is a ranging market here, right here. Okay, the bands have narrowed. We're going to be ranging between these points. So this system has spotted it out. But why do you have 4 modules here? Why do you have a Renko module? That's for trend, okay? And you have a trend module. You have a breakout module. You have a volatility module, because you cannot just rely on although the market ranges 75% of the time, and that was my original, if you want to be comfortable and you put two filters on and you use my find best, okay, which very few people have also, a neural system to determine which pairs you're going to put it on. I only use euros, but it'll tell you which euro pairs do the best. And at the end of the day, uh, maybe you only want to use three windows. I mean, I guess that's fashion now. Everybody's buying night traders. So we forget about the market during the day, right? That doesn't exist anymore. Right, dramatic pause there. Anyway, so basically, what I'm working on right now is a system where I'm trying with all sorts of an EA I've called various names, etc., to work on my Renko chart, different systems, and that are available. Some of them indicators, good or bad. But most indicators that you are buying for about $100 are based on Renko, so I can give that to you free. I can tell you that some of the best-selling indicators right now are just Renko. It's just Renko. It works. Renko works. So the more the merrier. Great. But I have quite, as you can see here, this is my Renko chart. Now, in this fractal world, we get a lot of, Renko does make things a lot neater for you. You cannot use a contrarian system without using a trend system with it. Okay, that's not possible. I've tried, and you get periods like this year has not been great for contrarian trades. Why? Because Trump is confusing everybody all the time. So we're getting a fractal kind of market. Okay, why are people giving 5 stars to machines that only do 3 trades a day? I mean, if I put mine down to 3 trades a day, it will get 100% success rate. But I like to trade constantly. As you can see, I call it the swarm of bees, which is why I'm interested in, for instance, I've been reading about Sarah Winchester, who was building her house for all her life, 24 hours a day, never stopped. Okay, 130 rooms, stairs going to nowhere. Um, the rumor was she was trying to kill spirits that were haunting her, not kill them, or help spirits that were haunting her, spirits of dead people who, from her husband's extremely successful, probably the best rifle in the world, the Winchester repeating rifle. But what it was so interesting is that she thinks a lot like me, constantly building constantly. That's how the world is going, and I've been constantly trying to do things. That's why I disappear at times, and I try and bring this to you, but it's badly taken by this 50% below the mean ill-willed people. I even have people writing fake reviews. I don't know how they do it. And I have people who have actually bought a robot because they despise me so much. They despise my success. They're jealous. I'm used to it all my life. That's all it is. Let's not look further. Uh, so listen, the world, China, Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff. Everybody's lost fortunes. Have I lost a fortune? No way. I stick to currencies and I stick to euro, and I can teach you how to do that. But if you want to go and write nasty reviews, I'm just going to keep to myself. If nobody wants to support me, thank God I have 80,000 people views on YouTube on this very boring subject, which is called finance. Uh, I'm not showing nude girls there, so I think that's pretty good. Um, I have 4 systems. It's not just what you're. I gotta have something. They're about 250 each now. They've gone. Some of them have gone up to 1,000, and they were number one for 6 months, 2 times in the last 2 years. And there is no need for anything new because the self optimization is